Hello everybody, and this Facebook Live is all about when do I give out my prices. It's a little bit of when, how, and how much is too much, because as photographers we have this really specific balancing act that we're trying to do. If we give out too much information at the one time, it's too overwhelming and your clients won't understand what we do. We give out too little information and therefore it looks like we're gatekeeping. So there is a bit of a balance, and I'm going to run through these 3 steps and a bonus at the end to really help you guys understand when to give out prices. Because let's be honest, there's lots of noise out there of what you could, should, and would do. And there's also, I've had 2 coaching clients just today put their process, they've got the right information, they're just giving it at the wrong time. So when they said, I haven't had any bookings, I was like, well, of course you haven't. Look at what you're doing. And they're like, oh, but I thought you said to do it this way. And I was like, well, yes, but you've got to look at it from this perspective with the way that you're doing it. So we're going to run through these three steps here, but just before I do get started, please just let me know who's here. Say today. I want to know who's in the room, because then I can kind of talk to you specifically as well, which will be super, super handy. It is a balancing act. I will start with this. There is a balancing act. So what we're going to run through today is a little bit of a when should I disclose my prices? What's the best workflow? What is too much too soon? Use it as a lead marketing strategy, how to elevate your brand through pricing, and what's a price list nurture series, and how do I show my client value over time? Hey, Georgina. Hey, Michael. All good. So it has changed over time, but let's just get with the first part, right? Let's just get the display on the website. Now, this is a balancing act for the website. You do not want to post your itemized list on the website. You do not want to post like your 3-4 packages and display on your website with all of your price list underneath it. This is a little bit of a too much too soon scenario. So as for the website, I'll always default back to the same workflow. You need to show value and you need to show understanding. And the way that we do that is a few different options on the way that we do that. For starters, you need product, photo, and video. This will showcase your images of what it looks like. People need to see. They don't know what a fine art album is. They don't know what a hand-torn print is. They don't know what a brushed aluminium, a frameless. They don't understand the lingo. So we need photos and images to show that. Once you've got the photo, you need to do a description. The description doesn't have to be very long. It just needs to be like, maybe, I don't know, maybe a sentence or 2. After the description, you can have the starts from. Now, that is one strategy that you can do, and you can stop it there. You do need to be careful though, because just because your prices start from $3.95, people might go, well, if it starts from $3.95, their top package, their top prices might only be $6.95. But if you're a studio that sells 30 by 40 inch canvases and products for $2,500, you may want to, do a bit of a price range instead. All right? Because you're going to save some awkward conversations. So, option is a range. Because now you're going to pre-qualify your clients even more. Does this make sense? Comment for me. That's your website. It's not itemized. It's not choose your 4 packages to start from. And also have, that's just the products. Also obviously have a shoot fee as well, because your shoot fee is your negotiating tool when it comes to doing Mother's Day, Father's Day, Black Friday, end of financial year sales, different offers, different promos, different mini sessions, different 50% off this and 20% off that, and add bonuses. You want to have your shoot fee, your gift voucher, whatever you want to call it, as part of your negotiation tools. Not so much you don't want to play with your packages with that. All right. So that's your website. That's what needs to be on it as the basic. But there is also one bid link here, and I've left a nice. I'm going to put it in red because you need to make sure this, right? You need to have a find out more. So you need to enter your details for full price list. This is a must on your website. This is like a must have, because what this is your lead nurture series. This is the start of it. This is your marketing strategy. There's enough information in stage 1 to make an informed decision that you're the right photographer for them in their price point and their quality and their service. But what you're doing as a photographer is then going, hey, if you want to find out more, if you want to get all the prices, if you want to find out about the products, enter your details here. And it's just a name, email, and phone number, or something basic. And it might be what genre you shoot. It might be adding, tell me a little bit about you, your family. It could be something else, but it's just very basic. This is a lead generation strategy. This is going to get you to your gateway page. Step 2. Gateway page. Now your gateway page is where all your prices are, okay? This is where it all starts to make sense. But again, there's a system. There's a process with this. You're not going to go to the gateway page and you're not going to give them an itemized price list. Comes off a PDF that looks like this. You're not going to do that, all right? Because they do not understand anything that's written on this piece of paper. So you're not itemized. What you're going to do here is you're probably going to start with your packages. At the moment, this is just a really easy way to set up a price list at this stage, is doing it from a packages point of view, because people are finding it's just easier. It's just easier to understand. It's easier to promote. It's easier to get the sale. It's easier to put people in. So your starting packages might be $4.95, $9.95, $14.95, $19.95. 5 images, 10 images, 20 images, 30 images. That kind of packages. Don't go on those prices for you, but you get the idea, right? Then underneath that is when you talk about finished products. Now, again, with the same as on your website, you can duplicate this page and then turn it into your gateway page. So instead of having to start from, you would have your prices with your description and your images in room views. So you would have your prices actually listed. So you'll do like 8 by 10, this much, 11 by 14, this much, 20 by 30, this much. Your gallery 3, this size, this much, this much, this much. But you've got images and description to go with it. It's not itemized. Capish? Do you understand? In the comments, write that you understand that. Now, not only, I'm going to go back to red. Not only have you got their details to get to this page, now here, once you've entered your details, you've got a 3-part email series educate clients. So now you've got a 3-part email series being activated from that form to educate your clients. So it's going to have things like the welcome, who you are, how to book in, when's the best time to book, what's your availability, prices start from, links to your gateway page and everything else. That's your email 1. And then email 2 is building lots of trust. Email 3 is a final offer. All right. Now, also in your gateway page, not only do you have these great things, but this is 100% where you would put your welcome video as well. Your welcome video is like, thank you so much for filling out the form and connecting with my work. This is what we're going to happen next kind of scenario. All right. So again, stage 1 is photos description starts from enter details to find out more. Stage 2, gateway page, not itemize. Start with your packages, then you got your price and descriptions and welcome videos, and make sure on all of these is a clear call to action. That it's very clear that you know what you want them to do next. If this is helping, give me some feedback. It would be awesome. All right. So then you go, well, Mark, when do we give them, like, okay, like that's on the website, but like, do we ever give them an itemized price list? Do we ever like when do we give it, like when do we send them the price list? They have the price list in stage 2. That is the price list. It just doesn't look like this. Now, but when do you really give them the price list? And now you've got 3 options with this. You've got 3 options that you can choose from. Option number 1 is that you can send them through a full itemized price list with all the information, right? You can either send it through at A, the booking stage. Once they've actually booked in. 2, at the what's it called? Like the pre-meeting, the what do you call it? Pre-meeting stage. Let's call it pre-meeting. Pre-meeting. And then C is the shoot. Right? But it's like the welcome pack. You got to send them through the welcome pack with all the information so that they know that's going on. This is kind of like, I'm just going to go welcome pack. It's a welcome pack, but this is where we kind of go the next stage. This is where we go a little bit further in what we're doing. The bonus. The bonus is, how do we add extra value here? How do we add extra things? A, the welcome pack is a great idea, but this is kind of like pre-shoot consultant. Thank you, Katie Tumblin. Appreciate it. That's what I meant. Pre-meeting consultant. That's when you give them the price list. But this is where they need to understand it. You do not just give them a piece of paper because it doesn't make sense. This is where you do need to get printed something like this. This is what I would strongly recommend, a product guide, which talks about what is wall art, what are the finishes, what are the collections and sizes that you have, what are the storyboards, the albums, the boxes, the gifts, and how do you pay for your artwork. And then what you would do is you would staple that to the back so that they've got everything together, so they know exactly what it is that you're talking about, with a picture to show what it is that you're talking about. You can show it in a DL format like this as well, where you've got your products, your finishes, your wall art, your collections, your albums, your boxes, your investment, and it comes with your price list. This is how we increase the value. This is how we stand out from the crowd. This is how we go from going, all right, I'm just going to give you an itemized price list, which your clients won't understand, into going, right, that makes perfect sense now because you've worked with the client to go through the prices with them. Okay? So that is the part of your bonus, is printed collateral. Now, all these templates can be found in the PBBN under the toolkit. There's 4 designs now. There's 4 different ways to display 5. Wait. Bene, Sienna, Audrey, Sorora. No, there's 4. There's 4. That's where the value is. That's when you're going to give them something of value. All right? So, print material, which is product plus price list. because now they can actually go home and they can see it and they can read it and they can hold on to it, and it shows some value and some product, and it's not cheap. So, in summary of all of this, you're taking your clients through a journey. What you do not want to do, also too, because you've got your 3-part email series, in the gateway page, you're also calling them. Call the clients. Have a phone call. Hey, I just noticed that you entered your details in the website to find out a little bit more about us and connect with them as well. Get them to the booking, get them to a pre-shoot consult if you want to, book them in for their shoot, send them their welcome pack, and then if you really want to, it's not part of the stages, but we'll just make it a part, we'll go stage 4, right? Stage 4 is the client portal. The client portal is where the client has all the information about the shoot, what to wear, what to bring, different locations, how to reschedule if you need to, how to best prepare for your shoot, looking at colors, looking at tones, how to choose your artwork, all these different things. Again, this is a masterclass. So this one here, I'm going to go different color. Let's go green, because green is money. This here is a masterclass. This one is a masterclass. Masterclass. Printed collateral is a toolkit. All these resources are here for you to learn from this process. But in summary of all of this, you need to really understand that when it comes to the photography industry and getting clients and marketing, some photographers panic at the mere mention of pricing and just dump a spreadsheet or itemized prices, and they pour out their soul and be like, this is my prices, and then you go nowhere. And if that sounds familiar, that's something that happens. Little too much information is going to scare off your client before they've even turned into a client. Too little information, there's no real value behind what you're doing, and it looks like you're gatekeeping. So it's one of those things, there is a little bit of a balance. There's a little bit of strategy and a little bit of education, and it all comes down to marketing. Because what you want to do is get it right the first time, and you want to attract clients through your website and with your marketing material, something that builds a bit of trust, and then you will go through the marketing strategies and processes to educate the clients and getting them through the door. Because just by sending them a price list is too much too soon. You need to kind of warm them up a bit. So the price list nurture series is one of the best scenarios for this, because it automatically does it for you, and it sends out pre-consult guides, pricing templates, the whole kit sells you without you having to do it, which is awesome. All right, so it's going to stop people shopping on price. It's going to stop people ghosting you as well, because you're going to educate them. You're just going to get a really clear strategic approach of how you show value over time and how you connect with your clients. It's really important that you do this. If you go straight to full prices itemized, you're never going to get an inquiry. You don't know who's looking at your website. You're pretty much going to go straight from inquiry to booked, which is great, but you're not going to have very many people do that because the funnel is going to be so small. This opens the funnel a little bit to get more clients with more traction and more interaction, to then help educate about your photography business, to then take them through the sales process. End of the day, it is sales, it is marketing, but this is a very passive way, an introverted way to do it without being a salesy person. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it made more sense for when to give the prices, when, how, and how much is too much. If you have any questions about it, let me know. If you need help with your price list, if you want to review the process, if you go, that all sounds great, but I've still got no idea, reach out to me. I'm here to help you guys, all right? I just had 2 coaching calls this morning about this exact same conversation, because they were giving the the right information at the wrong time. Have an awesome day, guys. Enjoy your Thursday. We'll speak to you soon. Bye.